Hello and welcome to How Not to Play, the channel in which I draft magic badly. Today I am doing my first March of the Machine quick draft, so let's go ahead and get on into it and see how bad I screw it up this time. Alright, so there's our multiverse legend is Rada Coalition Warlord. Pretty good with a red-green Stompy. But we popped Hidetsugu and Kairi. This is like one of the premier cards in this set. I can't not pick it. Enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, and then put 2 cards from the top of your hand. So ETB Brainstorm. When it dies, exile the top card. Opponent loses life equal to its mana value, and then you can cast it for free. So, I mean, we do want to kind of be spell heavy-ish. But, I mean, if you're doing blue-black, you've got counter spells, you've got kill spells, you've got all sorts of spells we can find here. So yeah, we're definitely gonna go ahead, slam Hidetsugu and Kairi, and be very happy about that. See what we're looking in this pack to wheel, hopefully. Final Flourish is definitely on our list of cards we want to wheel. Gorilla would actually be able to get Hidetsugu and Kairi back when it dies, so Graveyard Recursion is always good, and Traumatic Revelation is basically just a more expensive Duress that also incubates. Oh, that could incubate. So, I mean, so we're definitely looking for one of those 3 black cards to wheel out of this pack. So that kind of leads me to think that we're going to be either going solid blue-black or solid black with a blue splash. Or we might do something entirely different. Let's see what the rest of the draft holds. We don't have to marry our first pick. Oh, that is a very good first pick. Let's see. In this pack, our multiverse legend is Zeta. Hedron Grinder, not really too spectacular. Skittering Surveyor is very nice. Mana Fixing, and definitely a good one to get early on when you don't really know what colors you're going to be. But to kind of stay on color, Artistic Refusal. It's a 6 mana counterspell and draw. So, I mean, definitely a very good card there. Nizumi Freewheeler. Get something free out of your graveyard when it transforms. I mean, a 3/3 menace for 4 isn't necessarily spectacular, but Halo Charge Scarab. If it wasn't a 5-drop, I'd go straight for it. A 4/4 for 5, and you can get an instant or sorcery or battle back from your graveyard to the top of your library. So, I mean, that is, once again, really good graveyard recursion. I think I'm going to go with Surveyor here. Like I said, because we're so early in the draft, I don't know what colors I'm in, but Skittering Surveyor will help me to get into those colors and or splash a third. So, Skittering Surveyor is an all-star in this format. Merciless Repurposing. Alright. Amazing removal. I mean, yeah, it's 6 mana, but you get a 3/3 out of it, plus you can kill your opponent's biggest thing. Invasion of Lorwyn. Kind of regretting not taking that Vat Keeper now. The battle is removal, and then it transforms into a really big, yeah. Deadly Derision. Oh, you want removal. I would actually say that Deadly Derision is even better than Repurposing. Yeah, you don't get the Incubate out of it, but you do get a treasure, which will then help you ramp into maybe your 5-drops or maybe more Repurposing if it wheels around. So I am definitely happy with that. Tidal Terror, another really big bomb, which if it wheels, I would definitely be going for one of those 2. But yeah, a 5/6 unblockable, kind of, with island cycling, which means you can just go pull up an island if you can't cast it. So, I mean, those land cycling cards are amazing as well. They'll help you splash, they'll help you ramp. Well, not really ramp, but get your colors. I might even want Terror over the Derision because, like I said, we're so early in the pack. I'm not necessarily blue, but Titled Terror would help me splash blue for Hitotsugu. So it's definitely a pick between these two. But Deadly Derision with the treasure token will give me a mana of any color, not just an island. So I think I'm going to go with Derision here because of the treasure token. But Titled Terror is a very, very close second pick. Alright, in this pack, I'm drawn first to Final Flourish. Another really good removal card at 2 mana is amazing. Stasis Field is pseudo removal. It doesn't get the creature off the field, but it does make it pretty useless. And Blight Reaper Thallid, it can transform into a 3/3, plus you get a Saproling. It's a 2/2 for 2 is the best thing it has going for it. So I am leaning towards Stasis Field or Final Flourish. I mean, they're both 2-drops. They'd go in the same slot. If I had both of these in my hand, I would probably rather cast Final Flourish to remove the creature from the board entirely than simply make it a blocker. Alright, Etched Familiar. Amazing card. Love it. Normally I would just slam it, but let's see what else we got. Let's see. Host Doombringer. It's another 5-drop. ETB, Leech 2 life. Or remove 3 defense counters from a battle. Furnace Host Charger, Mountain Cycling. Another really good card to pick up early on if you might be splashing red, or think you might splash red, or just don't want somebody else to splash red. Let's see. Change the Equation. A 2-mana counter spell. Any spell with value 2 or less, or any red or green spell, pretty much, period, because not much is over 6 mana value. I've been kind of heavy black so far, so I think I'm going to keep on black and see how the rest of the pack goes. But getting a solid creature, I think, is going to be a little bit better. Plus, it's got the leech, which can be relevant. Surge of Salvation, an amazing white card. Just amazing protection. Gives you and everything you control hexproof. Unfortunately, I'm not anywhere near white, so that's going to go away. Let's see. Looks like we've got a lot of blue in this pack, which is kind of hopeful. So you look at the top 3, put 1 into your hand, graveyard, and bottom. So it's essentially this set's version of Impulse, which is very good. Flash, backup, hexproof. So that's basically going to be your Tamio's safekeeping of the format. So that's a good way to protect, say, Hitotsugu and Kairi from removal spell. Or Nazumian Informant, ETB, opponent discards on a 2/2 or on a 1/1 for 2. It's a 1/1 plus address that you can't target. That's not really too impressive. So I think off of this, our best picks would be either Moment of Truth or Cyber Cryptomancer. I think I'm going to go with the protection here. That might be the wrong call. I might need the impulse more. But I think Cyber Cryptomancer is my pick here. Alright, so this is pick 7, so we haven't quite wheeled yet. So we've got another Stasis Field. Scorn Blade Berserker. 0/1 backup 1. Oh, it's a 1-drop. I mean, that's all you really have to say to that. It's a 1-drop. So yeah, that's good. That just seems bad. You have to tap a creature to tap this for mana. I don't see why only if it's a creature has to be a clause on this. You could take that out and this would be a perfectly good card. Maybe make it a 3-drop if that's the case. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm going with the 1-drop creature because I don't have anything in my 1-drop slot. So that's an easy pick for me. Ooh. Alright. Now we've got some decisions here, because half this pack is on color. So I'm just going to slam Etched Familiar and be happy with it. But let's go ahead over the rest of it here. Sack an artifact or creature to leech 1 life. I mean, it's a 2/2 for 2. I mean, I don't know. There is a point to be made of Dreg Recycler over Etched Familiar, in that Etched Familiar has to die and you only get to trigger it once, whereas with Dreg Recycler, you can kill any amount of tokens to do this continually every turn. I like Familiar because with the 3 power, it makes it a little more aggressive, and your opponent's not going to want to block it because of the leech effect, so it has a better chance of pushing damage through. Whereas if you attack with Recycler, you can't use its ability. So Dreg is more of a defensive card, whereas Familiar is more of an offensive card, and so that's why I'm picking Familiar over Recycler. Battle Fan, Flash, ETB, Indestructible. It's a nice combat trick that stays around. Cryptomancer again. Oracle of Tragedy, ETB or die, draw dis, and or shuffle 4 cards with mana value 3 or greater from your graveyard into your library. So, I mean, it's not bad. I could definitely see a place for it in some higher mana cost bomby decks. I don't know that's the way we're going. It seems like I'm keeping my curve a little bit low with just like Hidetsugu on the top end. So I don't think that it really would matter much in this deck. And if I'm going to pick Cryptomancer over Etched Familiar, then I might as well just stop the video here. So yep, we're going with Familiar. Alright, so this is my first pack. And so both Gorilla and Traumatic Revelation wield along with Expedition Lookout, which I really didn't care for. So I'm probably going to go with Gorilla here. It's a creature and its death ability lets me get something back out of the graveyard, versus Traumatic Revelation, which I can either duress or incubate. I've got some removal, so I'm not really that afraid of creatures. This does let me kill battles before they come down. I mean, it definitely has its uses, but I think I'm going with the critter here, and it flies. Alright, so Halo Charge Scab wield along with Artistic Refusal. Both of these are amazing cards. I would be happy with either one of them in the deck. Halo Charge Scab kind of combos well with removal. So I could Deadly Derision something on turn 4. That gives me my 5th mana for Halo Scab on turn 5, which then gets Deadly Derision back for turn 6. It's just kind of got that little combo interplay going. But Artistic Refusal, definitely a great card on its own. I just think I'm going with the critter. Alright, Tidal Terror wield. I am slamming that. I don't even care. It's got island cycling, so I can get an island. It is a 5/6 that I can make unblockable by tapping my 0/1s here. So yeah, I am definitely, I don't know why I'm still talking. Pick it. The only thing here on color is Eye of Gitaxis. So I mean, it's not bad. I don't know if it's good, but it's not bad. Our counterspell wield. Okay, awesome. Blue seems to be pretty open. This one, I am amazed that this wield. If you see this in pack 1 pick 14, nobody in your draft is on white. Literally nobody at the table is on white if you see this late into a pack. So you might want to think about turning white at this point. I will take it just because it's a good card and put it in my collection for later. Alright, pack to... Oh, God. I have to. You know I have to. There is no way I don't get Invasion of Alara. Okay, so that changes things a little bit. I'm basically kicking the black blue out of the water. We are going all 5 color here. We are going to be looking for overgrown pests. We are going to be looking for skittering surveyors. And we are going to be looking for every land cycler that we possibly can. Ayara, Widow of the Realm. Another very good rare. Let's see. X damage. Sacrifice a creature or artifact. Deal X damage. And gain X life, where X is its mana value. And then you can transform her to basically get them back out of the graveyard. Very good card. And only a 3-drop. I mean, I can table Invasion of Alara and keep going with the black-blue plan. Let's see what else this has. Our Cryptomancer again, Oilcaster, potentially a 5/4 menace. For 4 isn't bad. The only other card in this pack I might want would be Portent Tracker. Portent, I don't know, whatever. Because untap target land. If I end up with a dual land or there's a green, like a wild growth card that will let me get multiple mana, so I would be able to use Portent Tracker on that. Portent Tracker, very good mana dork. I think I'm going with Ayara here. So we've got another Deadly Derision. Very nice spell. What else do we got here? Fertilid's Favor. Search your library for a basic land and put 2+1 counters on a creature. So, I mean, amazing, amazing card. I'm not going to be able to run Alara, am I? If I was serious about the Alara plan, I would definitely slam Fertilid's Favor here. But Deadly Derision is just such a good card. Invasion of Eldraine is a Mind Rot that turns into a Rack, so that's definitely a possibility. I mean, I just can't shake my head at the removal. Fertilid's Favor, definitely good mana fixing for Alara. I'm going with the removal. Okay, so here we've got another Skittering Surveyor. Really good for land fixing. Final Flourish, once again, decent removal. It's really all this pack has. A 3/4 Flying Convoke, Wicked Slumber, tap 2 things and stun them for a turn. The dual land. If I had the Portent Tracker, this would be a good pick because I could tap it for green, untap it, tap it for blue. I am going with the Skittering Surveyor here just because it'll help me find lands. God, I wish I would have gotten Alara in pack 1. I mean, that just looks so fun. Dismal Backwater is a dual land that actually is on color. Marshal Zalfir, if you are white-blue knights, this card is gold. Well, I mean, it's gold anyway. It's got a gold border. Ichor Drinker is the only actual pick in this pack. 1/1 lifelink for 1, I mean, is not bad. And after it dies, you can bring it back as a 2/2. So that's not bad, honestly. If this were a real draft, I would probably take the land over the creature. Since this is a quick draft against a bot, I believe they are more likely to wheel the land, so I'm going to take the creature. That might be the wrong thing, but I'm hoping that this backwater will wheel around to me. Wow, there have been like no land cyclers in this pack at all. Moment of Truth, another Impulse. As far as Dispersal, bounce attacking creature, Phyrexian Gargantua, 4/4 for 6, draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Counter target, honestly, I think Negate is probably the pick here, because that will kill battles, that could kill battle transformations. I think that's my play here. Other than that, probably Impulse. Gargantua might wheel this late in the pack, probably not, but you never know. There are, 3 other cards that I could pick out of here, so, well, 4 if you count him. There's a good chance something out of this pack will wheel, so I'm going to take the negate. Invasion of Eldraine. This is not my earlier pack, so this is a different Invasion of Eldraine. Let's see. Tenured Oilcaster. Again, that's 5/4 for 4. But I am drawn to the Aetherblade Agent. The 1/1 Death Touch for 2. That will stall the battlefield so hard in the early game. I am not unhappy with that. Hey, look, our first Overgrown Pest in the very last pack. So yeah, had this come around in pick 2 or even pick 3, I probably would have dropped black, blue, and gone for 5 color with a green base. But at this point, honestly, I just can't. So we're going to stick on color and go with the Flittering Gorilla because that's really all I got. Okay, so on color, I've got 2 really bad cards. Mirrodin Avenged, which can only kill something after they've already killed your something, or Expedition Lookout, which is a 2/3 defender. I mean, it does kind of turn into an unblockable later on in the game, but I mean, I guess we'll go with the bad removal. Let's see, Oilcaster or Cryptomancer will go with the protection. Disturbing Conversion is really the only pick out of this pack. I mean, nothing else is on color. Fertilid's Favor, if I was green or anywhere near green, I would slam that and like be happy about it. Converter Beast also, you get a 5/5 for 4, essentially. Well, you have to pay 2 to transform it, so you get a 5/5 for 6, which doesn't sound as good, does it? I guess that's why it's a common. Alright, Disturbing Conversion it is. I don't even know what it does. What's it do? Flash, mill 2, minus X, where X... Okay, so it just makes something into a 0, whatever. Absolutely nothing in this pack for me at all. Like I said, Kithkin Billy Rider, a 1/3 double strike, still in the pack, this late. Absolutely nobody on this table is in white. I mean, I said that back with Surge of Salvation. I am reinforcing that now. Nobody on this table is in white. Sky Warden, Scroll Shift, more white cards. Alright, Moment of Truth. That will actually fit in the deck, so that's our pick here. Oh, my dual land never wheeled around. I just realized. Oh well. Okay, and we are punished for not doing our green splash. For now, we have a Doomscar Warrior. Creature or land into your hand. I mean, that's really good. Invasion of Belenon flips into an Anthem. That's really good for white, if anybody at this table was in white. So we've got Thalit again, which I'm not terribly thrilled about. But I don't really have a whole lot of 2-drop creatures. Traumatic Revelation, Etched Familiar. I mean, I can't believe I'm taking Etched Familiar over Doomscar Warrior. But I love this card. Oh my god, Yargle! He's a Yargle! Yeah, yep, we're gonna do Yargle. Oh god, Deadly Derision! Or Yargle. Deadly Derision. Or Yargle. Ah, don't make me pick. Can I have 2? Please, can I have 2 from this pack? Alright, I mean, I've already got 2 Derisions. I'm taking Yargle. It's just fun. I don't think he'll actually do very well because he's only like 3 toughness. He'll die to anything. But it's a Yargle. Come on. Alright. This is an easy Gloomfang Mauler. The Swamp Cycling 2, Backup 2 Menace. I mean, if only for the Swamp Cycling, this is my pick for this pack. Consuming Aetherborn, I mean, is a very good pick. Backup Lifelink. But as a 4-drop, I don't know. I mean, I really don't have any 4-drops, so that actually might be a better pick than Gloomfang, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going with the Swamp Cycling here because it will help even out my curve, make sure I hit my land drops. That's definitely my pick here. And if I don't need to cycle it, it's a 7/7 Menace. A Yargle number 2! Oh, hell. Well, I guess I'm splashing green. Let's see, Battle Fan. We already went over that. Negate, we went over that. I am not passing up Yargle number 2. I mean, it's Yargle. Flitting Gorilla, very good. Negate, very good. Flitting Gorilla can get back my Yargles. Okay, I convinced myself. Flitting Gorilla can get back my Yargles. This pack, I love this pack. I'm in love with this pack. Another Belly Rider. Yeah, I mean, had I gone white, I would have an amazing deck. Even white red. Failed conversion. -4, -4. Okay, change the equation. Counterspell. Or Meeting of the Minds, Convoke, draw 2. At 5 mana, I'm casting creatures. I'm not casting removal at 5 mana. So we're going to go ahead and pass on that. I think I am going to go with the counterspell here, because that seems to be what my early game is going to consist of. Another Tidal Terror, another easy pick. But honestly, nothing else in the pack really stands out to me. Doombringer, maybe, but once again, it's a 5-drop. And Furtive Analyst might be good in the early game, but I mean, it's just a 1/4. So yeah, Terror, let's go. Consuming Aetherborn, oh, did not wheel. This is pick 8, so this is a fresh pack. But that is a good pick. Dina Soul Steeper. So with Yargle Multani, I am going to have a green splash. What's it do? Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses life. I don't have any way of gaining life, though. So, if she had lifelink, then that would be amazing. If I had a way of giving her lifelink, which I don't. There are some backup creatures that do, but I think they're white. There might be a black one. Oh, look, there is a black one. It's right here. I have it picked. Backup 1 lifelink. You can back up 1 lifelink onto her, and then use her sacrifice on Yargle and Multani. Then, I mean, that would, yeah. So that would be what, 18 power on top of her 1, plus the backup 1 would be a 20 power, 3 toughness, lifelink, and whenever you gain life, the opponent loses that much life, they're dead either way. Oh my goodness. Combo! Unfortunately, I can only pick 1 out of this pack. It is not going to be coming back around to me. So we might have to look at that combo later on. I need to brew something. Alright, but on color we have Traumatic Revelation, and that's it. So, okie dokie. Absolutely nothing. I can get Archivist or Flywheel Racer, which honestly doesn't look too bad now. Yeah, I might have to tap something in order to crew him to make mana, but that mana ramp would help me get to my Yargles, and it's any color, which, I mean, is fixing. Nothing here is really exciting. Alright, so here we've got some options. Let's see. Counter target spell, if they pay 4, then incubate. Counter non-creature negate is amazing. Or Bladed Battle Fan, the indestructible combat trick. They are all in the 2 slot. I've already got a negate. Let's go for a Simulate Essence since we're going with the counterplay. Everything else in my 2 slot is a counter spell, so why break the mold? Oh look, another negate. I think I'm going with Moment of Truth here, though. Alright, let's look at this abomination and make some cuts. Let's see. Honestly, with the 2 skittering surveyors, the treasures off of Deadly Derision, and maybe not Flywheel Racer, I have plenty of ways of getting green. I don't think I need 2 forests, so we're going to go ahead and cut one of those. That'll put me at 16 lands. That's what I normally run. And Yargle is literally the only thing that needs green. So up here in our search bar, we are going to do a search type creature. So if you type in T:CR, that will actually separate your creatures out from your non-creatures, so that you can get a better idea of what your deck is doing. So Skittering Surveyor is definitely going to stay in because of the mana fixing. Let's see, Deadly Derisions, those are definitely going to stay in for the mana fixing. Swamp Cycling, Island Cycling, those are all staying in. Let's see, Hitsugu, I actually might get rid of him, I don't know. So Yargle, Hitsugu, I definitely want those. Halo Charge Scab will help get those out, but I'm kind of heavy on the top end. Let's see what else we got. I do like her. Alright, we're going to start getting rid of some of the lower end stuff. Expedition Lookout, we'll get rid of her. Cryptomancer, I don't know. I do like the protection. I want to keep my 1-drops. Analyst, yeah, we'll get rid of him. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Racer. Bad removal. Getting rid of the bad duress might be a bad play, but let's see what else we got here. That's a lot of counter spells. I've got Assimilate Essence, 2 Change the Equations. That's not a counter spell. We'll get rid of it. And Negate. So I've got 4 counter spells. Moment of Truth. Incubate 3, draw a card. Would be nice with Ayara, Widow of the Realm, because I could sack it to Leech, except its mana value is 0. So I think we're getting rid of that too. This means that, honestly, Hitsugu's hits are either Deadly Derision or a 2-drop, as far as casting it without paying its mana cost. And half of those are counter spells, which aren't really going to help out. So honestly, I might drop Hitsugu, even though he's the entire reason I went blue-black, just because the way the deck ran, I don't think he really works in it that well. And I'm not cutting Yargle, because Yargle. So we do have to cut 6 more things. I do like the backup lifelink, and he's my only 4-drop, so I don't really want to kill him. I don't want to drop the 1-drops because I do want to have something there. I don't want to drop Aetherblade Agent. Maybe Cryptomancer. Gorillas to get things back. I definitely want Familiar. I mean, Familiar with Ayara is just a wombo combo. Use Ayara, sack Familiar, and you leech 5 life. 2 from Familiar, 3 from Ayara. And then when she transforms, oh, I guess it exiles at the end step. It doesn't sacrifice. But, I mean, I could still reanimate the Etched Familiar, swing in. They either block it and take 2, or they don't block it and take 3. So, I mean, that's still a way to push damage later on. I am definitely keeping both of those in. Gorilla might actually be on the chopping block. Etherborn might be on the chopping block. I don't really want to because it's my only 4-drop, so I kind of want to keep him in there. Alright, we'll kill my low end. I'm not doing anything on turn 1. We'll drop 1 Cryptomancer. 1 Change the Equation, 2 Gorillas. Alrighty, so this is what we ended up with, or what I ended up with. Um, Let me know in the comments below what you think. How should this draft have gone? What would you have picked? Where would your deck have ended up? What cuts would you have made? Let me know. I'm interested to hear your opinion. So let's go ahead and see how we do in the draft. Alrighty. I mean, we've got 2 lands and 2 etched familiars, so that's worth a keep, I guess. Swamp Pass. Oh, we got a little etched familiar over here, giving some little scritches. Oh, look at him like the scritches. Oh, yeah. Alright. Don't really have much else to do, so we'll see what opponent does. I could change the equation here, but he is on red-green, so I can cash this card in later for a whole bunch of value. Oh, yeah, I can just do this. Now we're not going to kick it. We'll just give it a -2. And its power is -1, which means that it incubates for 0. So yeah, go ahead and flip that incubate token anytime you want. A 2/2. Alright. Oh, I didn't get a land. Oh, that sucks. Alright. Is he gonna block? Is he gonna block? Oh, he makes the block. Oh, and he gives first strike. Well, this is probably the wrong play. Yeah, I'll just let him do it. Scries to the bottom. Alright, so familiar dies. I leech 2 life. And I just put out another one. So now he's got a potential 4/4. Make that a 5/5. Nah, I'll let that go through. If I draw a land, then doing Consuming Aetherborn backed up onto the familiar is definitely what I'm doing. Oh, he's going to Force Cycle. Alright. He wants to make sure he gets his land drop next turn for something big. So we'll back up on Etched Familiar, and we'll swing in with 4 lifelink. Opponent takes the damage. Alright. So he's going to cast something big here. I might have been better to hold up Counter Magic. He does have a 5/5 that he can swing in at me. But that would take pretty much all of his mana. So I'm good with that. Yeah, it's going to hurt. But if that's all he can do, then I'm... Oh, shit, I should not have done that. I should have done Moment of Truth to see if I found an island. Oh, well. I'm just going to hold up my counter magic for whatever he casts next turn. We'll go ahead and swing in with both. There's really no reason not to. He can block the Aetherborn. I'll gain 2 life off of it. He might swing in at me for 5 again next turn. But if he casts something big here, I definitely want to counter it. And if he doesn't, then I can Moment of Truth at the end of turn to see if I can find another blue. Stoke the Flames. He wants to kill my kitty. So I have to change the equation on that. Kitty survives. He can swing in for 3 if he wants to. But he's going to hold it back as a blocker. Awesome. Okay, so I get 1 to hand, 1 to graveyard, and 1 to library. Okay. In my hand will be Deadly Derision. In my graveyard will be Negate. And so we'll put that on my library. So now I happen to have 4 mana still, almost like I planned it. He's going to transform his artifact into a 0/0. I think he's given up. Maybe he thought that would work. I don't know. But it looks to me like he's given up. That sucks that I didn't have counter magic open, because that would have been really nice to counter. Let's see. Oh, it's got hasty. He could swing in if he wants to. Alright, so I think I'm going to drop agent and say go. So yeah, I'm just going to say go here, because I could transform agent, but that would take all my mana. I want to hold up counter magic. Whenever he deals combat damage, he deals that much to a battle. Well, I'm not protecting any battles, so I'm not that worried about him. If he wants to swing in, I will absolutely chump with the agent. Okay, at this point, I think I am going to activate at 4 plus Phyrexian. We will pay thusly. Sure, we'll swing on in. Either way he chumps, he dies unless he has a combat trick. And so that takes him down to 1. And so I am very good ending turn here. I've got Cryptomancer as a flash. If he tries to kill the Mindslinger, if he just drops a creature. He has the mana to pay for Essence, so that does nothing for me. So I'm going to do Cryptomancer. I mean, he was dead. Drop Cryptomancer, backing up itself. And then that would give me 2 creatures to swing in around the Doomscar. And so, yeah. What do we got on this one? 3-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and Yargle. Alright, well, we've got Surveyor to get the green for Yargle, so let's see what happens. Picker Drinker. I cut him from my deck because, well, let's see how much I regret that now. He's going to swing in for 2, essentially. Let's see. We'll go ahead and drop a blue. That's not a very good trade here, because he's still going to attack in. I'm not going to trade. I think Assimilate might be the best play here. So I am just going to pass the turn and try to counter his 3-drop. Well, that sucks. I was hoping to counter something a little more impactful. So we're going to go for Skittering Surveyor first to find my green, because I've already got the blue for Aetherborn. Ooh, discard a card. Alright, I suppose we can discard Agent. Okay, so Ayara deals the damage, which means that if I back up Consuming Aetherborn onto Ayara, her sack ability will actually give me twice the life. He might take the trade just to get Drinker into the graveyard to incubate later. Nope. Okay. So I think this is my play here, honestly. Alright, well, Ayara down. Let's see if he has another one. I probably should have done Halo to pull my negate back out of there before I did that. Protect the Yargle. but I didn't, so we'll see what opponent does. Alright, nice defender. Well, not a land, so let's do something fun. This is probably the wrong play. I mean, 10-4 life. I'll gain 10 life out of it is about it. That was fun. It didn't do anything, but it was fun. I don't think that's a removal spell. Oh shit. Equipped creature gains +2 and protection from me. Alright, well then. That does kind of change things, doesn't it? Alright, moment of truth. Can I find a removal spell? Almost. So yeah, we'll bring that to hand. We'll take Skittering Surveyor to the graveyard. I don't really see how I would need him. Alright, so we will go ahead and cast Final Flourish with Kicker because I need the -6. I can't, he's protection from black. I can't even target it. Well, f me. I am just all kinds of SOL, aren't I? Alright, well, I guess I do nothing. Forever. Opponent has stonewalled me completely with one card. And I happen to have 8 cards in my graveyard now, so he's unblockable. If he does attack, though, do I have anything in here that he can use? Yeah, Tidal Terror, Gloomfang Mauler, Skittering Surveyor. Alright, buddy. Yup, you get it. Oh, but he can't back up the Lookout because of the protection from black. So he has to back up himself. Is he going to put the sword on the Mauler, I wonder? That does say -6/-6, doesn't it? Yeah. He's probably going to bring up his Incubator. No? Oh, now he can. And put it in front of the 2/2 lifelink. No, he's going to put it in front of the 10-4. What am I thinking? Okay, I think I only have 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can't do both of those. I don't really have anything in here that would help me out too much. Maybe the Negate, Assimilate Essence. I think I Yargle. Please don't have a counterspell. I will be very sad if you have a... Well, now I'm just gonna cry. No attacks. If he does kill my gorilla, I can at least get Yargle back. And if not, I've got an 11-turn clock. Never mind. If not for that stupid sword, I would have won like 3 turns ago. Opponent just so happens to have the one card that counters my entire deck. Yeah, I can't attack because he'll kill Yargle and he'll kill Gorilla, and I got nothing. That stupid sword. Yep, that works. So now he can copy a removal spell or anything really. Surveil 2, cast an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. And then he can copy it. Okay. I mean, I guess he does get to draw 2 cards with this, so that... Or draw a card. Oh, guess what? Get your little incubate token. You missed. So I'm actually okay with him blocking the gorilla because that gets my Yargle back. Actually, he's tapped out. Now would actually be a really good time for me to flourish with Kicker, so I can kill the Broodlord. And if I sack the gorilla, that'll bring Yargle back. Maybe keeping the flyer for a 10 turn clock is the better call. But I needed to get rid of that. I mean, if he were to put the sword on the 7/6, that would just murder me. I can't block the 4/5 anyway because of his own ability. It has nothing to do with the sword. Ooh. He's probably going to destroy Yargle. I mean, he has to. But he probably should have waited a turn for that until I cast my second one. Maybe instead of getting Yargle, I could have gotten Ayara. But it doesn't matter because he still would have gotten rid of my Yargle, and so Ayara wouldn't really have much to do. Well, he hit. He can't do much. Maybe I can just wait 12 turns until Marchesa kills him. Okay, maybe not. Put both counters on lookout? Can't because of the protection from black. It's got to put it somewhere else. Probably Marchesa. The sword's actually hurting him too because he is blue-black. So he can't target. Oh, that is a lot of death touch. It says up to 1, so he doesn't have to do it. Okay, he figured that out. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Literally any creature. So, probably the Broodlord. So I pretty much have to block Marchesa. I mean, yeah. There's nothing I can do. He's got me. I just can't. That sword. If not for that sword, that one card that just so happens to screw over my entire deck. Oh, Magic can be such a... Alright, well, let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. I'm missing my third land, but hopefully Moment of Truth will find it for me. Alright, so... Crap. I really want the negate, but I need the land. So we will... I've got Halo Scarab, so we'll put negate in the graveyard. I don't have a swamp yet, so we'll grab the swamp, negate to graveyard, and we'll tuck the island. Because if I get up to 5 mana, Scab can get the negate back. I don't need to do Surveyor yet, because I do have a land drop for next turn, so I think I'm going to go with Familiar here. And that will actually let me put it, Aetherborn Lifelink on it next turn. Is he going to just flip it? Is that all he's going to do? Because that's fine. Yep, that's all he's doing. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and Aetherborn. We'll drop that lifelink onto the Familiar. I'll trade with the Thallid. No? Okay. You getting all mad over there, buddy? Well, here. I can shoot you with some oil. Pew, pew, pew. He's so cute. Swamp Cycling, alright. Glad to see that. And that's his entire turn. That is amazing. Okay. So I could actually do Etched Familiar here and hold up Assimilate Essence. That sounds like a good turn to me. Let's go ahead and swing in with Familiar. See if he wants to block it. He does not. So then, yeah, here we go. And then if I don't draw a land next turn, I can do the same thing with Surveyor and keep up Essence. Invasion of Moog. Well, unfortunately, wait, can I? Counter target creature or battle. Would you look at that? Ooh, a Yargle. Well, I am exactly 1 mana away from casting a Yargle, so let's go with Surveyor here. Let's attack first. Let him think he's doing something good by blocking and getting rid of my Familiar. Go ahead and leech 2 life out of him. Wow, I didn't realize that he was so low already. Alright, Surveyor it is. We'll go ahead and find, I guess, an island. I've got enough swamps. We'll go ahead and drop the island. And what you got? Some kind of removal, probably. He's not just going to swing in 2 Thallids. Okay, a 2/3, that's nice. Sack a creature to incubate. Okay, so that's his plan, is to turn his 1/1s into 3/3s. I don't think that plan is going to work. Familiar is lethal next turn, whether he blocks it or not. I don't even have to have Yargle out here. Yeah. that really was only going one way. So we are on game 4 now. Eesh. I've got some lands, but I don't really have anything to do with them. Honestly, I think this should be a mulligan. Yeah. Alright, well, I've got Surveyor, Deadly Derision. I can work with this. Unfortunately, I don't know. I probably tuck the counterspell. because I've got 3 mana, 3 drop into 4 drop. The treasure will get me into my 5 drop, which will get my derision back. So I mean, this hand has a plan. I'd like my counterspell on turn 2, but it's just not going to happen. Unfortunately, the opponent is going to get a lot of head start on me. I could cycle the Mauler, but honestly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got, I mean, I could almost cast him. So I don't need to cycle. Unfortunately, I am going to lose a lot of life before I get anything on the field. So he's going to swing in at the Invasion of New Capenna and get the Holy Frazzle Cannon here in a couple turns. That's potentially bad. So we will go ahead and get myself a swamp. That's fine. He was gonna die anyway. Well, I'm gonna throw that down because he already knows about it. So he's gonna be a 3/3 next turn. There's not much I can do about that. Even if I put Ayara down, I'm not gonna block with it. My best bet is to let him use the Thallid a few times and invest into that, and then use Deadly Derision on it later. We'll skitter for my forest. Let him equip and swing in. He might, yep, transform, equip, and swing in, so he's going to be a 4/4 anyway. Yep. That does kind of change things a little bit, because now he's pumping his Saproling too. I'll just go ahead and take the 4. I'm not that worried about it. Tidal Terror is nice. Let's see. I believe Derision is the best play here. So we'll just go ahead and kill that now. He'll just equip it to something else, though. Unfortunately. So we can equip it back onto that. Oh, okay. Oh, because it's Phyrexian too. Well then. Not a land. But I think this is... I've got to make this play. So I'll use my treasure, bring out the octopus. That might stop some attacks. I don't like that I'm shields down. His best play would be, yeah, to keep attacking, because he's going to keep accruing +1 counters. Even if I do block and kill it. Oops, I should have blocked something else with the Surveyor. Where did he get the black from? I thought he tapped out to cast Inquisitor. Oh, hell. These lands, the tap needs to be like sideways, not just slightly cockeyed. I thought he was tapped out. That is not my, that's my fault. That's entirely my fault. And yeah, He's just got me here. I can't. I can throw some stuff out to chump with, but it doesn't matter. He's got 4 creatures. Even if I do pop... It doesn't matter because I'm still dead. Because, yeah, he'll swing. That'll be a 4, 5, 4, 3. I would have to chump with everything. I'd lose Ayara. I would lose all my other creatures. And if he even has 1 removal spell, I'm just dead anyway. Yeah, that's got me. Whatever. I mean, I could block with Skittering Surveyor because of protection. He can only protect against one of them, but it doesn't matter. I'm not winning that fight. I can't keep this. I mean, I do have Moment of Truth. I might be able to find a swamp off of that. Look, Arena is even taking pity on me by matching me up against Bronze, and I could get a Black Off Moment of Truth to cast Edge Familiar and work my way up, but I just can't. What the hell? Where's the rest of my colors? I've got more than 1 color. What the hell? I've got more than 1 fucking color in this damn deck! What the hell? 4 times in a row! I can't. Whatever. I'm done. I'm done. I can't. You can't just give me 1 freaking color and say good to go. It doesn't work that way. Alright, well, that was crap. That was absolute crap. Yeah, I was working on a 50-50 win percentage anyway, which honestly is average. It's what I usually get. But that last game, come on! Dying to the hand randomizer. Really? And the worst part about that is those were the best of 2 possible hands I could have gotten. The best hand I could have gotten was all 1 color land and all the other color spells. That was the best they could give me. That is absolute crap. Alright, so here was our Yargle Dimir / maybe call it Sultai deck. Yeah. That last game just has me in a fury. I just cannot believe that. Easy win for my opponent, but this deck, honestly, I love the byplay with Ayara and going into Yargle with the Consuming Aetherborn. I think that is an amazing combo. I wish I could have done anything with it, but I mean, if you can't even start the game, then you can't cast anything. So, alright. So, that 3rd game aside, I do like like I said, the combo. The rest of the deck actually plays very well. I love the Familiar bouncing off of Ayara. I wish I could have seen more of that interaction. Unfortunately, every time I put her out, the opponent killed her, and rightly so. So, this deck could have done, should have done a lot better than it did. I entirely blame Arena. And maybe a little bit me. So, I don't know. Put your comments below. How screwed was that last game, honestly? Maybe I should have, just gone with 4 just to see how it goes. I don't know. I just was too salty to see at that point. But put a like on this video if you want to see more draft content. I do have other videos on this channel too. Go ahead and take a look at those. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know that you appreciate what I'm doing here, and I'll do more of it. Until then, fuck Arena.